Hello, I'm Mr. Atkins from Raw Middle School. Well, if you found this video, that's good. That means you probably know what your work is supposed to look like. And you're watching this so you can just make sure you're doing everything correctly. So let me start screen sharing here and we will go through what you need to get a good grade for this week. Okay, so I'll pull this up. All right. So the order of this video, I got these things happening right here. Hold on, let me get this guy out of the way. Okay, I got these things in order. So first, welcome. I did that. Hi, hello. Part two, where to find weekly lesson plans. Now, I hope that you already have the PDF that I posted called Week 3 Atkins Lesson Plans. That has all your work in it, everything, all the info that you need, everything like that. And I've actually posted it in 5 different places. So I want to run through those real quick just to make sure you know. If you didn't know you could get it through one of these, now you'll know. Okay. So the first one is Teams through Office 365 and ClassLink. A lot of teachers are using this. So if you are not sure what Teams is, let me show you real quick. If you can get the ClassLink, let's see, ClassLink. Yep, here we go. So you get into your ClassLink and you click Office 365 and I'm gonna do it. Once you get there, you got all your options. You got Outlook, that's how you check your email, or send me an email if you need to. OneDrive, all your files are there. If you need to type a Word document or make a PowerPoint, all that stuff is here, y'all, so you can come to it. Look, OneNote, there it is, just like we used in class, okay? But look, Teams, that's it right there, okay? You click Teams. Now, I've got the app installed on my computer down here. I'll pull it up real quick. All right, so here it is. When you get into Teams, look over on the left over here. You'll see Teams. Click it, and it'll show you all your different classes. It should show you all 6 periods. It might not, but it should. So look, you can see I've got all my 6 classes in here. First period, second period, third period, fourth, fifth, and my 8th grade class right there, 6th period. So for this file, if you look, I'll just click first period just because it's first. Lucky them. All right. Look, you can see I've been posting stuff here. First period, and then it says getting your new weekly work. Like I even made a set of instructions here. I posted this just to try to help you out. But look right here, assignments. And there's assignments button over here too. But it also posts in the feed for our team. Civics Week 3 lesson plan and notes. And you can click that and you'll be able to get to the PDF. Let's see, I'll click it. It might look different for me because I'm a teacher. And you're not. Not yet anyway. Oh yeah, it won't show me the student view. Oh, here we go. Here's what it should look like for you. Once you click it, it's got all the instructions. It's got some links in here, and at the bottom, it's got the PDF. And when you click it, you should have this thing right here. It's 10 pages. It's got all sorts of info. Some of it should look familiar, right? At least I hope so. Okay, but this page, the front page of the lesson plans, that's pretty important. We'll come back to that. Let's back up here. So that's how you get to Teams and what it can do for you, okay? You go into Office 365 when you're in ClassLink. Next, Focus. All right, now this one I can't really show you very well because I've got a teacher view and I can't get a student view on this. But if you go into the grade book, whatever the grade book looks like for you, when you look at your grades for civics and you look at all the assignments, let's see. Yep, here we go. Look, you should have district packet week 1, district packet week 2. Send me those, by the way. If you completed any part of them, send them to me so I can give you a grade. Week 3, that's this one, Bias, Symbolism, and Propaganda. And if you click it, if you click the assignment, it should have a little bit of instructions, but it should also have a PDF, the same PDF, the same one. So if you can't get it in Teams, you can get it in Focus. All right, so it's in Focus. Now this one's a little difficult because I don't know what it looks like for students, but apparently in Focus now, when you first log in, you will have all, like for me, I have upcoming events, but for you, right down here, let's see if I can, right here where my mouse is, you see all your classes with your current grades. And if you notice the name of my class right here, whatever period you have me, it's a link and you can click it and it'll take you to my web page in Focus. All right. I don't know what it looks like for you, but when you get there, if you see a section called resources, I've got some news and announcements that I posted up in here. But if you click resources, you should see Civics Week 3. And if you click it, you should see the Week 3 lesson plan and notes. And I'll also put a link to the YouTube video that you're watching right now in there. But if you're watching it, that means you already got it. So I don't know. I'll do it anyway. So that's where you'll be able to find the lesson plans on Focus on my website. All right. If you can't get it there, how else can you get it? Let's see. Yep. Focus Teacher website under resources. Edmodo. Okay. All right. You guys are familiar with Edmodo. We've been using it all year. And if you go and log into our class, 1920 Civics Atkins, once you log in, don't forget, when you log into Edmodo, you got to click Microsoft and then type in your full email address, student number at edu.leonschools.net. And then remember your password is, I don't know, your initials dot birth month dot birth year, I think. Okay, so look, you can see, look, I got the quiz posted. Yeah, there's a quiz. We'll talk about that. But keep going, I have more posts. Click more on this post to see the whole thing. Okay, I'll do it. So I click more and it gives you the full post. It tells you everything you need. It gives you a couple links, some phone numbers or a phone number, and the PDF right there. Same place, same thing, different place. All right, our class OneNote. So if you can get to our OneNote, I'll go back to Microsoft Office and you click OneNote. Look, your OneNote should show up here, 1920 Civics Atkins. I went back to ClassLink, by the way, just now. ClassLink, Office 365. I clicked OneNote. I clicked 1920 Civics Atkins. Rewind the video if you missed it. Once you're in there, give it a minute to load. Class Library, just like always. Once you click Class Library, click Distance Learning. How to contact Mr. Atkins? Yeah, I put a little thing in there if you need to contact me. Different ways. There's a bunch of ways. Week 3 lesson plans and notes. I put instructions a little bit down here, but I put the PDF right here, and I tried to make it really hard to miss. Okay, you can download it right there. You're not going to have to print this thing, okay, unless you just want to. You don't have to print it. You don't have to fill out a bunch of stuff on it unless you just want to. You can type on it. You can write it on your own piece of paper. You don't have to make it hard, okay? Don't make it difficult. So that's all the different places to find our lesson plans each week. It's the same files posted in 5 different places. Hopefully you can get to at least one of them every week, even just to view the PDF. Like, you don't necessarily have to download it and print it. As long as you can get to it and read the instructions for that week and read through the notes, you should be good, especially if you can watch these videos. All right, number 3, how to get a good grade each week. Are you ready? Take the quiz on Edmodo, get a 60% or higher. That's it. That's all you got to do. You get a 60% or higher, I give you full credit for the week. Okay? You don't have to submit a packet to me. You don't have to turn in a graphic organizer. You don't have to show me your notes. You don't have to do a writing assignment. You just have to go on Edmodo, just like we've always done, and take a quiz and get 60% or higher. If you take the quiz and you didn't get it, you didn't get 60%, email me to retake it. But what I will say is the stuff I put in the PDF, the stuff I'm going to review in this video, that's what it's designed to help you pass the quiz. Okay, so we'll talk more about that when we get to that notes section of the video here, which is step 5. All right, so anyway, all you're going to have to do this week, on almost every week pretty much, there may be a little differences occasionally, but it's just take an Edmodo quiz. That's all you have to submit to me. All right, here's how to contact me and join my live Q&A, which I'm going to have. Got my email address. Any way you can get an email to me, that works. You can message me in Edmodo, although I don't see that as easily. It won't like send me a notification, but I will see it when I log into Edmodo. You can message me in Teams. It will send it up to my email address, so I'll get a notification. Oh, Teams, by the way, when you click it, I think you click chat, and then click this little button up here to like start a new chat and type in Atkins J. Wow, it won't let me find myself, which is kind of dumb. What if I wanted to? whatever. Message me in Teams. Post, you can also start a conversation in our team. So go to whatever class period you have me, and you can start a new conversation and type @ to mention me. All right, that's how you can get a message to me. All right, message me in Teams. I do have office hours this week. This week you can call and text this phone number right here. All right, from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. I have my own kids doing their own work in the morning, so I can't really take calls. I can't answer them right then. You can call me and leave me a message, and I'll call you back. I'll try to call you between 3 and 5, though. All right, 2 times a week, I'm going to be doing a live question and answer video chat where you can log in, you can just listen, you can hear what the other kids are asking. You can ask me questions. You can just make stupid faces at me for 30 minutes, but they're on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 4. And then here's the link you can type in. You have to type it in exact, okay? So start with this H, put the colon, / put the dot right here, put the / 2, lowercase y, uppercase T, 6, uppercase N, 9, uppercase P. And it'll take you to Zoom, which you'll either need to do it on a computer or download the app on your phone. One of the two. Yeah. Don't have to do that. You don't have to go to these things, but they're there if you need me. Okay. All right. Next, and the thing we actually need to talk about: bias, symbolism, and propaganda. That is our topic for this week. Yeah, we already did it, but we never took the quiz on it. Remember? We were gonna do a big old project where you guys make some propaganda videos and stuff, but you know what happened? The Rona. No, just kidding. I'm not sick. All right. Bias, symbolism, and propaganda is the topic for this week. If you're watching this on Monday, it's started today, and the quiz is due on Friday, but you don't have to wait till Friday to take the quiz. The quiz is already posted. You can go ahead and take the quiz now if you already know this stuff and you're sure you know it and you're sure you're going to get at least a 60% or higher. Yep. You can go ahead and take it. You don't even have to do anything. You're ready to go. But if you're like, I forgot it, I forgot the stuff, I never really learned it, I was out for half the week before spring break. Yep. So you should probably go through the notes, watch this whole video, make sure you're good, and then take your video. Take your quiz. Don't take your video. What does that mean? That doesn't mean anything. All right, so let's look at the notes. So when you first log in, it says, welcome to Mr. Atkins Rona Distance Learning 2020. And it tells you the standard. Like remember in our notebooks, I'd have you write the topic 2.11. All right, yep. So that's in your notebook already if you were here the week before spring break. I tell you the start date, the 13th. Right now it's the 12th because that's when I'm recording this. But the 13th is Monday, the 17th is Friday. Due date, April 17th for this week. Topic, bias, symbolism, and propaganda. That's the title of your notes, 2.11. I gave you 2 learning goals. They're the same 2 learning goals we had the week before spring break, okay? Use scenarios to identify bias, symbolism, and propaganda. So like if I showed you a random piece of propaganda, you'd be able to say, oh, that's propaganda, and be able to tell me what specific kind it is. Oh, that's card stacking. Oh, that's bias. Oh, that's symbolism. You'd be able to tell me these things. The other thing is evaluate, as in like you be able to judge how bias, symbolism, and propaganda can impact the opinion of the public. Bias can change the way an entire town or country or group thinks. So can symbolism, so can propaganda. Your job is to be able to evaluate how those things have an impact on the public, okay? And then I gave you your scale over here. Start with level 1, work your way up to level 3. This is your goal. If you can explain how those things impact public opinion and give examples and stuff, you're good. You're probably making 90 on the quiz or higher. Okay. Here's the resources you have this week. These are the resources you're going to use to do your classwork. So resource 1, this PDF. They're posted in focus teams, Edmodo. I can send it to you in Outlook. Anyway, number 2, the live video Q&A. All right, I got the link posted up there. You just got to sign in at the right time. Pre-recorded teaching video. You're watching it. Great. Here's the classwork. Read through the notes in the week 3 PDF. And watch the teaching video. So if you have the PDF right now and you're watching the video, It'd be really nice if you had your own notes on paper or on the screen, or you had a place to take notes and you could go through it with me while you're watching this. That's the smart way to do it, but some of you aren't able to do it that way, so it's not your fault. Just do it however you can. Take notes in your notebook or anywhere you're able to so you don't forget stuff. Just write. You don't have to write in complete sentences. In fact, notes are better when you don't write in complete sentences. Don't tell your language arts teacher I said that. All right. If there's any questions in the week 3 notes pages, like what does this word mean, or what does that mean, or how can you explain this, practice that. Answer those questions, because that means like, oh, that's probably something we need to know for the quiz. Yeah. Here's other classwork. If you can, join me for the live Q&A just for 30 minutes. Or even if you only want to pop in for 5, just to ask a question and then leave. That's fine. Number 6, take the quiz in Edmodo, just like old times, huh? Just like we used to do. And then after you're done with your quiz, of course, go plug in your tablet, get a book, read it silently so everyone else can wait. Just kidding. All right, how to get full credit this week. Pass the quiz in Edmodo with a 60% or higher. That's it. If you don't make a 60% or higher, email me. I'll delete it. You can retake it. But you might want to put, if you failed it the first time, you may want to put a little more work through the notes and then go back and retake it. I won't grade the bell work, homework, or classwork questions. They will be there. There is a graphic organizer for this week. You do not have to turn it in for a grade. You do it if it helps you. Okay, I will not grade you based on did you show up to the live Q&A. I don't do that. I don't give you a grade if you call me or email me. Those things will help you pass the quiz, but they are not required. Only the quizzes. You'll have 90 minutes to take each quiz, and then it will auto submit even if you're not finished with it. If it times out, email me to reset it for you. It may take a day or so, and you got to get it to me that way. All right. At the end of the quiz, I put like a little questionnaire. Those questions don't count for your grade. There are 13 questions, 13 points. So if it tells you you got a 9 out of 13, if it tells you you got 9 points, that's a 9 out of 13, even though it's going to say like 9 out of 18 or something like that. Don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. Okay. So the grade you got to get is, well, out of 13, what would it be? Okay. Now I'm about to do some math. 60% of 13. 10% of 13 would be 1.3. Times that by 6. 7.8. I think you have to get an 8. Let's see. 8 divided by 13. I was wrong. 8. 8's the number to get, though. 8 is the number to get. I was right about that, but my math was off. All right, if you get a 7 or lower on the quiz, that's no bueno. You got to email me to take it again. But if you get an 8 or higher, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 on the quiz, you are good. All right, you don't have to do anything. Just submit it, and I'll put the grade in the grade book as full credit. All right, and then office hours and contact options, I put them here again. And yeah, man, I wish we were in class. That'd be much better than this. All right, let me go through all the notes. Use this reading to complete the graphic organizer below. This is not going to be graded, but it will help you prepare for the quiz that is due Friday. All right, so we've seen this paper before, Political and Media Communications. It has a whole reading that explains bias, right here, symbolism, right down here, right here. It gives you examples of symbolism, okay? And then it has a whole section on propaganda. It defines it, it gives you examples, it tells you the different types, card stacking, testimonial, transfer, glittering generalities, my favorite. Transfer, plain folks, bandwagon, name calling, okay? And then the graphic organizer here, you can type in it if you want. You could just write it on a piece of paper if it helps. You could just look at it. Whatever's gonna help you get the information and understand it, okay? Let's see, bias. Give the definition, give some examples, and then write down how does that impact the public's opinion. Go back to the reading if you need help. Same for symbolism, same for propaganda, okay? And then I gave a whole thing of vocab down here. It's got all the different types of propaganda. It's got bias defined. It's got propaganda defined. Symbolism is defined. Political communication is defined. You should probably know what that is. It's on the list. And then keep going. All the notes from our OneNote, I put them here as well. Notes on bias, symbolism, and propaganda. Facts about bias. Sunny D. Remember these two newspapers that we looked at? Huntsville Times and the Dothan Eagle, right? And we looked at them to see how were these two different newspapers biased, showing the same facts from the same event from the same day, but they both were biased in different ways. So can you tell which one is biased and thinks and is spinning this situation to be positive, and which one is spinning it to be negative? Okay. Also, it's kind of weird that it kind of cut Obama's head in half right there. Sorry about that. The whole thing's kind of cut up. I don't know why. Nothing's left out. It's all there. It's just cut. All right, so let's look real quick. Bias. In the notes here, what I say, bias is a preference or an opinion that you have. Like, I like Takis. I don't like Takis. But it's not just having an opinion. It's an opinion that makes you have a specific action, right? So if you are a Seminole fan and you're at Skate World and you don't know anybody there because it's your first day there, maybe you're new in town, and you're a Seminole fan, and so you see a bunch of kids over on that side of the place by the snack bar, and they're all wearing Gator colors and hats and hoodies and stuff. But then you look over there by the birthday party room or whatever. I haven't been there in like 15 years. And there's a whole group of kids wearing like Seminole stuff. Your bias, you're like, oh, I'm a Seminole fan. I should go over there where those other kids are that are like me. So your bias is going to lead to an action. Okay. So it's not just having an opinion. It's having an opinion that makes you do something specific. Okay. So if you don't want me, I don't know, if you don't like something and you don't want to have to deal with it, you're going to try to make sure everybody else hates it too, so you never have to deal with it. So you have a bias and it leads to specific action. Like, I don't like potato salad. It's gross. I have a bias. I'm very biased against potato salad. So if anybody's like, oh, hey, is that potato salad any good? Should I try it? It might be amazing potato salad, but I'm going to be like, that stuff's nasty. Like, you don't want to touch it. Like, potato salad is gross. And they might be like, oh, okay. So it's going to lead me to kind of push other people away. Yeah. So bias is having an opinion that leads to specific action. So I gave an example here in the notes. Read through it if you need to. But look here. Coca-Cola knows that people have specific biases. So they put Florida State football logos when we won the championship on their Coke cans, because they knew that people in Tallahassee and fans around the United States would buy them, even if they don't buy Coca-Cola. Now they're going to buy it. So I'm more likely to buy it because I have a bias, and Coca-Cola knows that. They kind of use my bias against me a little bit. All right, so here's the thing. Every person, you, me, has multiple biases, and you are biased against something that I am biased for. You don't like things I like. I don't like things you like. We like some things together. We hate some things together. Our biases influence how we act in our daily lives, right? Companies and politicians spend lots and lots of money to learn what our biases are. What do the people like? What do the people want? They spend a lot of money to get that research done. And then they use that research to create commercials and advertising to fit our biases. If they know we like to see young, like, pretty people with awesome hair, wearing Vans and, I don't know, hoodies, dancing around a street to trap music, they're going to put that thing in their video and try to sell us insurance. If they know we like to laugh a lot, they're going to try to make their commercials as funny as possible, because then they know we're more likely to spend our money on their product, even if it's something we don't care about, like cash, JG Wentworth, cash annuity loans. I don't even know what that is, but I know 877. That's right. You know it too. You just finished it in your head. 877 cash now. So anyway, they try to make us laugh or use some other powerful emotion like fear or sing a catchy jingle that gets stuck in our head, because that usually means we're more likely to remember their company and spend our money there. Even if we don't spend our money there today, maybe when we're old and we know what cash annuity loans are, we'll use them if they're still around. All right. They use our bias to try and control behavior. All right. And that's kind of weird when you break it down like that. So if companies are learning our biases and using them against us, could governments be doing the same thing? Yes, they definitely do. Governments are just people. They're biased too. And they have specific behavior they would like to see. So they attempt to learn our biases in order to push us towards the behavior that they want. So here's an example. Some people do not want to wear seatbelts or face masks for the Rona. Due to a negative bias that they have. I could be negatively biased against seatbelts or something. I could be like, my great uncle died because he wore a seatbelt, so I'm not going to wear seatbelts. Okay, sure, whatever. But the state of Florida wants to make me wear a seatbelt anyway, if that's the case. They do. They know that some people have this anti-seatbelt bias, so they have to figure out a stronger bias that they have and use that to make the people do the thing they wouldn't normally do. They know that most people who have a bias against wearing seatbelts also have a stronger bias. They don't want to lose money. They want to avoid losing money. So the government makes it a law where if you're caught not wearing a seatbelt, you got to give up some of your money. And so people are like, well, would I rather give up some money or wear a seatbelt? Oh, okay, I'd rather wear a seatbelt. Most people will choose to wear the seatbelt and not risk losing the money. Some people are like, I'll never get caught. People get caught all the time. The people in government are biased. So check this part, because this is how we get to the next thing. They always think they're doing a good job. They always think they're right, kind of like you and me. I always think my opinion is the best. The way I would run things is the best. Not really. I know it would not be good if I was in charge. I would just do the things I would like, and other people would probably suffer for it. But anyway, they're more likely to think they're doing a good job. Well, of course I did a good job. When mayors, governors, presidents, and legislators are asked about their job, they will usually say, here's how good of a job I did. And they'll list all the good stuff. So how do we find out if they really did a good job or not? What if they're not telling the whole story? They're not. You know, when you go home and you got in trouble or there was some conflict at school, you go home and you tell your side of the story. You don't tell the other kid's side of the story or the teacher's side of the story. You don't. You leave out that stuff. You only tell the parts that make it seem like you did the right thing. So how can we really find out if these governments and presidents and legislators and mayors, if these government people are actually doing a good job, or if they're just letting their bias prevent us from finding out the full story? So we turn to the news, the media, First Amendment, right? People, and this can be anybody. It could be you creating an Instagram post where you put information up there and people follow you. People using their freedom of the press to get the whole story, since the politician is going to give us a positively biased view of their own actions. But here's the problem. What if the person reporting the news is biased? They are. They're only going to tell the part that they like or dislike. News is reported by people who are biased. It's a fact because every human is biased. The way they report the news is often very biased. If I'm a reporter and my family business is a restaurant, but I'm a reporter and my family owns this restaurant, like my brother owns it or something. I don't have a brother. And the restaurant's not very good. But I'm trying to help my brother out, and I like it, just because it's my family. Everybody else is kind of, it's all right. Well, in the news, maybe if I mention there a restaurant in there, I'm going to only use positive terms to describe it. I might not even realize I'm doing it. I might just be like, well, of course it's a good restaurant. It's my brother's restaurant. It's good. But other people who don't know me and don't know the family, they'd be more likely to be like, actually, it's not that great. I just wouldn't think about it because to me, it's great. Or to me, I like it, or it's normal. But other people would disagree. So the idea is sometimes you are biased. You let your bias show and you don't even realize you're acting in a biased way. So if you're a news reporter and you're putting a story out there, you are giving a biased version of it. You either left something out or you emphasize something that other people would not have emphasized because you have a specific bias. So, man, how do you even trust the news? You can't trust the government people necessarily to tell the whole truth. So you're like, well, I guess I got to go to the news reporters and see what they found out. But you go to them and they're biased too. So how do you know? Well, what we talked about in class before spring break is citizens, you and me, needs, if we're going to be smart about it, make sure you're getting your news from multiple sources. By analyzing at least two or more that are biased differently, we're able to piece together a more balanced version of the truth. All right. So a lot of times you will hear the same story. Well, let's scroll back down here. Let's look at the Huntsville Times, right? When you look at the Huntsville Times, Obama got elected in 2012 for a second term. And this newspaper in Huntsville, it tells us some things. It says big challenges in the second term. Obama faces a very different political landscape and the challenges will be great, it says right there. Wow, that seems not good. That seems negative, right? A party is split on the Hill. Democrats hold control of the Senate, but Republicans keep lead in the House. Wow, split. That doesn't sound like something America wants. The Supreme Court race is too close. The race to get Obama elected was tied, it looks like, according to this newspaper, 49% to 49%. The race was close. All right, this happened because of you, it says up here. Thank you. Quote from Obama. So that seems kind of like, wow, okay, Obama got elected, but it looks like it's going to be a tough 4 years for him. Lots of challenges. When you come down here, Dothan Eagle, same day, same event, Obama wins. But if you look, and you can kind of zoom in on your own PDF, and we looked at this in class, it doesn't say anything in here about like a close race or a split party or big challenges. It just seems like Obama wins. He's looking all happy. These people are cheering with a flag in the background. The president's victorious. Wow. Seems like everything's good. There's no problems. That's kind of crazy. So if you go to one news source and you see like, oh, positive things, well, you're going to think everything's fine. What if they left out an important bad thing that we really should be taking a look at? Well, same thing up here. If you only hear the negative stuff, you're going to think everything's horrible all the time. And you're not going to know like, oh, wow, a bunch of people are excited about this. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's not as dire as we thought. What you really need to do is look at both. Okay, people are excited. There's some good news. There's some other things we need to be worried about. Take this piece of information, combine it with this piece of information. Don't just go to the same people for your news. They're going to tell you one side of the story. And that's always true. Even me, I only tell you my side of things. You better be out there researching things yourself. Okay, so let's get off of that. By the way, symbolism tells you in here the use of something to represent ideas or qualities. So when we look at this right here, this picture on the front of Obama's podium is the seal of the President of the United States. There it is. That represents America, but it also represents the president. That's symbolism. The American flag is just a piece of cloth, but it represents a lot. People have very strong emotions and feelings and thoughts whenever they see these random shapes. It's just a rectangle, a bunch of other rectangles, and some stars in different colors. But we have very powerful cultural feelings about these shapes when we combine them together. That's symbolism. Okay, lots of things can be used to represent something else. I mean, think about emojis. An emoji is just like a random shape, but you post it and everybody knows how you feel, which is crazy. So I got other examples of symbols over here. The donkey represents the Democratic Party. The elephant represents the Republican Party. A dove or a peace sign represents peace. Yeah, so we got different things that represent different stuff. So keep that in mind, okay? Lastly, propaganda. When these companies or governments or media figure out your biases and they know you'll act a certain way, that's great. The problem is, what if you don't have the bias that they want you to have? Well, they use propaganda to give you a bias that you wouldn't normally have. They'll make you do something that you wouldn't normally do. They make you think something you wouldn't normally think. That's kind of freaky if you think about it. It happens all the time though. And like we talked about in class before spring break, everybody has been propagandized at some point, because as soon as someone says Red Robin, our brains automatically go yum. As soon as I said J.G. Wentworth earlier, 877, you said cash now. So they have put stuff in our minds using these different techniques that we're going to talk about. And as the goal here is not to freak out or anything like that. Just know that these are just tactics that they're using. They're just techniques that are being used. And all they're trying to do is make you act a specific way. What they really want, companies anyway, they want you to love their company and buy their product so they can make money. Nothing wrong with making money. If you're a business owner, you want to make money too. So just know that sometimes you may think a product is the best. It's not. The company wants you to think it's the best. It's not the best. The example we gave in class is Beats, the headphones. They use propaganda to make those popular. They are not the best headphones. You can get better headphones that sound better with higher sound quality for cheaper. Beats are good. They're not the best. There are cheaper headphones that sound better, like scientifically speaking, not even opinion wise, like literally scientifically speaking. If you measure the sound output of Beats, there are better headphones that are a truer representation of the sound that you get. Anyway, but they used very, very specific types of propaganda to make Beats popular. And so people were like, well, yeah, those are the best headphones. Or AirPods, same thing. Oh, AirPods are the best. Are they? There's not better ones ever, anywhere? Well, there are. It's just you've probably never heard of it. The best one is some brand we've probably never heard of. We would probably not even think about it because we've never heard of that. So you have to hear something for it to be good? No. The best things are a lot of times things someone has never heard of. Not very popular. Just because it's the best doesn't mean it's popular. Just because it's popular doesn't mean it's the best. So let's look at the different types, 7 types of propaganda. There's more than that, but these are the ones we're going to look at here. So we went through these in class the last week before spring break. I'll run through them again really quickly and just make sure you're good on it. And then the video will be over. We'll say good night. And then you can go take your quiz as soon as you feel comfortable with it, but you got to have it done by Friday. Okay. So card stacking. Remember, on card stacking, that is where you only say the best stuff. You only say the positive things. They don't tell you anything negative. So like Little Debbie's, like the little like snack cakes, like fudge rounds and Star Crunches and Swiss cake rolls and oatmeal cream pies. Okay, things like that. On the advertising and the box and the packaging and all that stuff, they have that like smiling face of the Little Debbie girl. She's like everything's great and sunny and bright and the packaging looks so good. They don't tell you that if you eat like 8 of those, like you feel terrible. Okay, maybe even if you eat like 2 of them, you kind of feel terrible. Like 10 minutes later, you feel so bad. They leave that part out of. They don't show like Little Debbie like having. They don't show Little Debbie having any negative effects of eating all the Little Debbies. Okay. So card stacking, when it's a candidate running for office, they will only talk about the good stuff that they do or have done. What was it? There was a guy. Oh, I wish I could find that video. I just thought of it. There was this guy that he was running for like mayor of some town in Louisiana or maybe Alabama or something like that. This was like 2 years ago. And in his commercial, He was like, I'm really great. If you vote for me, I'm going to be a strong leader who's going to take care of this place. Just vote for me. And then like halfway through his video, he's like, but I have to go ahead and tell you guys something up front. When I was younger, I got arrested for driving while I was intoxicated. And everybody was like, dang, he just came right out and said it. Normally people leave that stuff out. That guy did not follow the card stacking rule. And everybody, I don't think he won the election either. Because he was like, people are going to find out anyway. I might as well tell them. I kind of respect that, honestly. I don't respect the drinking and driving, but I respect that he actually came out and admitted it up front. Card stacking would say, avoid all that. Don't say anything bad about anything you did. Well, I might have made a mistake, but I fixed it. No, don't even say you had made a mistake. If you're going to card stack, you're kind of like, it's almost lying. It pretty much is lying because you're not telling the whole truth. You're only telling the best things. All right. They have videos for come visit Florida. They don't tell people in the video that it literally rains every day in the summer for 15 minutes at 3 o'clock. It does, right? In the summer, it like rains at least every day, maybe every other day. They don't tell people that. They leave that out. They card stack because if people know it rains in Florida every day, they won't come. They want it to be like beautiful and sunny all the time. Or the Sunshine State. It rains every day in the Sunshine State in the summer. Card stacking. Leave it out. Leave out any potential problems. All right, next. Testimonial. Testimonial is when you have a celebrity or a well-known person that says, this is a good product. I use it. It doesn't have to be a celebrity. It could be just anybody we'd be willing to trust. This toothpaste is the best. And they have someone holding the toothpaste in the commercial and he's dressed up like a dentist. That's testimonial. He might not even really be a dentist. He just looks like one, right? In fact, if you leave the little small print at the bottom of the commercials, it'll be like, paid actor, not a doctor. Sometimes it says that. Or sometimes it'll be like, hi, I'm Dr. So-and-so, and I recommend this medicine. Well, okay. First off, they're paying him to say that. Of course he's going to recommend it. If you pay me, I'll recommend it too. But that's how they got Beats by Dre. Well, Dre was a very famous producer and musician, and so they attached his name to the headphones, and they got a bunch of other celebrities to walk around Hollywood wearing them, and paparazzi started taking pictures of people wearing these weird looking headphones that had a B on the side, and everybody wanted one, even though they'd never used them before. They sold out like super quick. All right, that's testimonial. You get someone to endorse your product or you or your company. And the idea is if they believe in a candidate, then everyone else should too. Wow, if Snoop Dogg really wants this person to be president. Wow, okay, well, I trust Snoop Dogg. Why? I mean, don't not trust him, but I mean, like, why specifically be like, wow, like Taylor Swift said this thing was good. Well, so what? Taylor Swift probably likes a lot of things I like, but also probably hates a lot of things that I like. So why would I trust her? I don't even know her. Anyway, all right, let's move on. Next one, the third one, my favorite, glittering generalities. When you speak in generalities, you just say a bunch of like basic stuff. How's your day? It was good. It's generalities. When you sit there and you talk to someone about nothing, you guys ever have a conversation with a person that you don't really know and y'all talk for like 5 or 10 minutes because it's kind of awkward if you just stand there silently. And at the end of it all, you didn't learn anything about them and they didn't learn anything about you. Y'all just talked about nothing for 5 minutes. You're speaking in generalities. Oh, it was good. How's your day? It was great. Was it? What was great about it? Oh, it was just fun. Okay. Tell me more. Because if you don't, you're speaking in generalities. So when you're speaking in generalities, you're just saying basic information. What are you leaving out? If you remember from class, what are you leaving out? We're going to do it like Dora the Explorer. You ready? When you speak in generalities, what are you leaving out? That's right. Details. Yeah, you leave out the details, okay? You only say basic stuff. Now, let's talk about the glittering part. Glitter is supposed to make things look fancy and shiny, like Tamatoa in Moana, the movie by Disney. Okay, anyway. But glitter's just a bunch of plastic. It's just shiny plastic. It's not like real. It's not like gold or diamonds or anything. It's just fake. So put those two ideas together. Speaking in things that look good, but don't mean anything. They just sound nice, but they have no real meaning behind them. Okay. So that's a propaganda technique. When you watch commercials, my favorite one, like we watched in class, was that Home Depot commercial. Let's do this. Let's do that. Let's paint this. Snowboarding? I don't think so. I don't know. Whatever they said, they just said a bunch of random stuff, and by the end of it all, we were jazzed. We were hyped up. We were like, "Yeah, Home Depot. Let's do this." Do what? That's how you fight against glittering generalities. When someone stands up and says, "I want to be mayor. If you vote for me for mayor, I'm gonna tackle this homeless problem once and for all. Tallahassee will no longer have a homeless problem. We will fix that. We will take care of the people that need to be taken care of. We will feed the people that are hungry. We will take care of it because we are strong." And everybody in the crowd is like, "Yeah, Tallahassee. Woo, I'm going to vote for that guy." But if you really break it down, what's his plan? How's he going to do it? He didn't say. So a reporter or you, right? If you're like, "Wait a minute, I see through that. You just said a bunch of nice sounding stuff, but you didn't actually tell us what you were going to do." And so you go up to him and you say, "Hey, listen, I heard you give that speech. You said you had a plan to fix the homeless problem. What exactly are you going to do? Can you give me details?" And the person will be like, "You know what? I'm so glad you asked that question. I am. Thank you for asking me that question. You see, I believe, and tell me if you agree, I believe that we have the tools already in place to take care of this big problem called homelessness. I mean, are you aware that we have so many resources for homeless people already?" "Oh, no, I didn't know that." "Oh, yeah, it's true. So what my plan is once I get in office, if you vote for me, now you're planning to vote for me, right? Right? Well, maybe. Okay, so if you vote for me, and I really hope you do, okay, I'm going to take some of those resources and I'm going to make sure they are ready to go on day one, okay? Because you and me together, I need your help in this, okay? You need my help? Yeah, I need your help. Okay, well, you know what? Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I know it does. How about we do this together and we will lift this problem?" "Oh, yeah, that's great. This guy's a wait a minute. You still didn't tell me what your plan is." So politicians do it, companies do it, you do it. How was your day? "Oh, it was great. Can I go to so and so's house? Why? Oh, it's going to be fun. We're going to do this. Blah, 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 blah." Glittering generalities. You kind of card stack a little bit too in there. So anyway, use short phrases to appeal to emotion and leave out the details. Politicians will talk about how much they love their country. Yeah, who doesn't, right? How much they love home. Oh, home. Oh, a relaxing place to be, as long as you're not there every day, right? Um, Peace. Oh, we want peace for our country. Yeah, we do. Everybody's going to say amen to that one, right? Hope, freedom, honor, but they don't actually give details. They just try to appeal to your emotions. All right, so that's glittering generalities. Again, that one's my favorite. Next, the strategy of transfer. You use symbolism usually. So if I want people to think I am an amazing American and they should vote for me, or they should come shop at my store, every time I'm in the news or every time they take a picture of me or every time there's an ad on YouTube for my company or my campaign, I'm going to have American flags all over the place. And I'm going to have like bald eagles flying all around and landing on my shoulder and stuff, right? I'm going to be like Mr. Super American. So people are going to be like, "Oh, that's the guy right there." Yeah. All right. Transfer is when I take your feelings about something you already like and I try to get you to make you feel those same feelings towards some new thing you've never heard of before. In breakfast commercials, like for cereal and stuff, some new cereal will come out and you've never tried it before and you've never heard of it before and it even kind of looks ugly. Well, they're going to take that bowl of cereal, ugly cereal, and they're going to set it, if you watch these commercials, they're going to set it on a table, and surrounding the bowl of the cereal are all these other breakfast foods that you already like: bacon, fruit slices of orange, like a tall glass of apple juice, nice clean table, cloths with a bright sunny room in the kitchen. That's where the table is. And they got like toast cutting on diagonal with some jelly and some biscuits and some hash browns and some like nice plate of eggs over there and a waffle or a pancake or something and a flower and a vase. Oh man, a perfect breakfast. Look at this. They know you like that breakfast food. You already like it. They want to take that feeling you have about the bacon and the eggs and all that and transfer it to this new bowl of ugly cereal that they put right in the middle. They have you stand right next to it. Okay. So they will use symbolism, or they will use something you already like to make you like something new that you've never heard of before. All right. That's transfer. If you like this, you'll love this. If you like Snoop Dogg, you'll love Cheerios. I don't know. And then Snoop Dogg's like, try the Chizzles. Yeah, plain folks. Let's move on to there. Plain folks. A lot of people that run for office, especially for like high levels, like governor and president and senators and house reps, these are usually wealthy people. They're already wealthy, and they know that most of the country is not wealthy. That's true, just numbers wise. They also know something about that a lot of people that are not rich or not wealthy, we kind of don't trust wealthy people. Like people that are like super rich, we're like, you don't know what it's like to not be able to pay your light bill. You don't know what that's like. You don't know what it's like to run out of money at the end of the month. You don't know what that's like. You don't know what it's like to be late on your car payment. You don't know what it's like to have to work 2 jobs. Like, you don't know that. You don't know what it's like to have to eat ramen noodles every day. So I don't trust you because you don't know what my life is like. I won't vote for you. Same thing for companies, right? Coca-Cola is like a multi-billion-dollar company, maybe more now. I don't know. But anyway, probably trillions. And their only goal is to make more money. Again, nothing wrong with that, right? They're a company. That's their goal. If you own a business or a company, you're going to want to make money too. But they don't care about like happy, fun people dancing in the street. They don't care about that. They just want people to buy more Coca-Cola, like lots of it. So they both know that if you have this vision of them as like only rich people allowed, well, they're gonna know you're gonna get kind of like turned off by that, and you're like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to vote for you or buy that product. I'm just a normal person. So what these candidates do is they try to make themselves seem like they're just normal people like you. They wear a t-shirt and jeans on the weekend, and they go play in the park with their families, and they don't wear tuxedos every day, and they drive normal cars, right? So plain folks, they will show, like Joe Biden, who's running for president. He'll go into like a hot dog shop in New York or something. Not now, right? But he did, and there'll just be videos of him just like ordering a hot dog or a slice of pizza. Oh, just like a regular person. Yeah, just to make himself look normal. Or Barack Obama at one point, like they had video of him, like he would just go to a park and play basketball with people. Like, I'm just like the rest of you, right? Donald Trump, well, he's a little different, but like even him, like they would show him playing golf, or they would show him not wearing his like super fancy clothes that he wears to parties. He wears like tuxedos and stuff all the time. But when they show him in a political ad, he's always wearing just normal dad clothes. Dad just got home from work with a baseball hat, a red baseball hat, to make him seem like a normal guy. All right. Because they know you're more likely to vote for someone who's normal. So plain folks using ordinary language and clothes to tell the audience that just like everybody else, we're just like you. So an example down here of that is Sunny Delight on the Twitter and Moon Pie on the Twitter. Last year, Sunny Delight just randomly posted on their account, I can't do this anymore. What does that have to do with a drink? It's literally a drink. Sunny D is not a person. It's a company. It's a drink company. I can't do this anymore. What? But people loved it. Look, they got like over 1/3 of a million likes. That's crazy. All of a sudden, everybody's paying attention to Sunny Delight. Oh, we get it now. This is plain folks. They're trying to make it seem like they're just a normal person posting online, and people thought it was hilarious and funny. And even other companies got into it. Look, Moonpie was like, "What's going on, Sunny?" Moonpie is just another company. Moonpie is not a person. Why? They're talking like they're people, but they're not people. Plain folks. This is specifically planned. They planned this. Someone probably wrote this script. Sunny DeLeave replies, and look what he says, or he, right? Even I'm doing it now. Look what the company posted. Mood last night. When Wendy's or whoever starts saying stuff like "big mood," that's propaganda. They're not saying it because they really think that way. They're a company of a bunch of old people who are just trying to make money. They said, "Hey, go find out how the kids talk these days," and start talking like that out in public to make them think that we're just a normal company, right? All good, MP. Thanks for checking in. I love you. Oh, using slang. Okay, so that is plain folks. What did I do? Ah, ah, ah. Okay, there we go. That is plain folks propaganda. Okay. Next, bandwagon. This one is really, really simple. If they try to make you join the crowd, they try to make you say like, "Hey, everybody else is doing it, you should too." It's basically peer pressure, but instead it's like, everybody wears their seatbelt, so should you. Everybody picks up litter in the park, you should too, right? Don't be left out. Join today. Don't be the only one who's not getting TikTok videos, but mom, everybody's got one. Everybody's got a TikTok, mom. I want one too. That's what TikTok wants you to think, that you're the only one left out because they know you're afraid of being left out. Me too. That's a normal human thing to feel afraid of being left out. So they use that fear to make you feel like you have to do something or wear something or buy something. My guess is if you weren't afraid of getting made fun of at school, there are clothes that you would stop wearing because you're like, I really don't like it. I just, it's popular, so I'm wearing it. And there's other clothes that you probably would wear instead that you like better. But because you're afraid of being left out, bandwagon propaganda and those companies that are popular right now, they use that to make people think, well, you got to have this type of jeans. You got to wear these type of shoes. You got to have this hoodie. You got to shop at that store, not that store, right? Bandwagon. And those companies, that's what they want you to think, okay? And again, they just know you feel fear of being left out. So they're like, oh, okay, they're afraid of it. Let's make them feel like they have to wear this stuff or else. All right, bandwagon, join the crowd. Jump on the wagon. All right, last one, name calling. This one's easy. It's the opposite of card stacking. Name calling and card stacking are opposites. Name calling is used to send negative messages. So they leave out any good stuff and they only tell you negative stuff. Okay. This technique connects a person or idea to a negative word and convinces the viewer to believe the message without examining the evidence. And in fact, all of these want you to do that. They want you to believe something without examining it. All right. What I'm asking you to do, and what more successful people do, is they examine the evidence. Okay. If a company says they're the best, don't take their word for it. Research from multiple sources. If someone tells you that this president or governor did a bad thing or a good thing, don't just straight up believe it. Go research it from multiple different sources. Okay. And that's true for all of this stuff. Okay. So name calling is, don't buy hamburgers from a sad clown, come to Burger King, right? So of course that would be name calling against McDonald's, right? Or if you vote for so-and-so, puppies will die. Wow, I don't want puppies to die, so that person must be evil or something. So that is name calling. Make sure you know the differences between them, okay? And that's it. Let's see. Let's go back. What do I got? Bias, symbolism, propaganda. Yeah, yeah. Good, good. All right, now, so time for the end. Okay, it says good night. Good night. Please spread the word, not the Rona, right? Some people still have not checked in with any of their teachers. If you know someone and you can get a hold of them, please do and say, like, hey, check your email, check Office 365 or whatever. Okay. Stay safe. Take that quiz. It's due Friday. If you need me, email me, text me, call me, come to the live Q&A.